What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and let's take in this luscious sight that we have here in Lady Choi, the first EX All-Star character that we have available in the game. And I gotta say, guys, this is probably one of the sexiest, funnest characters you could ever play in this game. She is lovely, right? Those red eyes, the star on her cheek, the red stripe in her hair, kind of reminds you of Elvira. The outfit, the torn top. I mean, there's so much beauty in this character and a little bit of seductiveness as well, right? So, I mean, definitely going to be massive waifu for a lot of players out there. But, guys, this girl, even at level 90, I don't even have her awakened, is godly. She is so ridiculous and so fun to play. I gotta say, wow, 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 wow. And I gotta say, after playing this character, I am definitely tempted to go further for her just because she's really fun, really, really cool. Now, she is a green defensive fighter, which is actually really, really good because in this game, green characters, our green colors really are lacking, right? I mean, if you wasn't playing during the Guilty Gear collaboration, then you wouldn't have Eno, who has the 5.5 times explosion. If you didn't pull for Angel, then you wouldn't have the 5 point times explosion from her. And those are the only two green characters that have explosion built into their kits, the 5.5 times, right? I mean, Yuri and Nameless do have explosion, but it's on their default or it's in their skill, and it's really, really weak explosion. Whereas these other characters have the 5.5 times, which means they absolutely murder. And, her leadership does increase the X fighter attack by 30%, obtains power by 5% when killing enemies. So really, really great for time attack. That's something that's actually pretty awesome about the character. And then when you look at her core effects, guys, she got 30% PG rage, she got the increased damage on 18% on critical hit, 4% critical rate. I mean, these alone make her very, very strong. The 50% bleed attack is very good because she has bleed explosion. The 8% strike skill damage increase is nice for her. And then she's immune to bleed and fear, which is actually very suiting for this character. And then she has a 30% chance to apply fear to the attacker for 2 seconds when attacked. So she's got a counter fear core, which is actually very, very useful in PvP. And she deals bleed damage equal to 150% attack for 1 second every 0.2 seconds to the target upon landing a skill. Decreases damage received by 80% when attacked by a bleeding target, which is actually nice. And then she has Charming Fingernails, nice name. 40% chance to reset active skill cooldowns upon landing the lower vein stab EX skill cooldown. And 40% chance means 40% chance to reset active skill. This is all of her skills. It's a built-in Leah kit is what it is. And then she has increased attack and defense by 25%, which is great for a character like this because she's a defense fighter, and she does have an attack buff based on her defense already in her skills. And this is for 5 seconds. It stacks up to 6. So her attack and defenses can go up to 150%. It's big, huge. Becomes immune to damage for 2 seconds when HP is 35% or less. And this is kind of what I wanted for Shermie, right? Whenever they reach a certain HP threshold, that immunity kicks in. So as long as she's above 35% HP, guys, she won't die. She won't die because this will kick in. As long as you're, in that 14-second cooldown threshold. And then she gains 25% power during 20 or more combos, which she does very, very quickly. She builds a PG super, super fast because of this. And so her first skill, increased attack by 70% for 5 seconds, and then she applies bleed for 14 seconds. This is actually really awesome. I mean, 14-second lasting duration of dot is really, really useful. I mean, Shermie has this as well, but she also has a decreased skill cooldown of ultimate move by 5 seconds while landing a skill, guard included. So the same thing as Luke, right, which is going to make her really amazing, again, for time attack along with her leadership. And then her second skill, you can actually move. This is the first character in the game where they actually put an able to move skill on her. And they actually did it twice. They did it with her default and they did it with her second skill. It's actually really, really cool and unique. It's something that's really makes the character super fun to play. She has an increased attack by 85% of defense, which is the highest attack buff based off defense in the game. It is the highest. Before this, I believe it was 70%, and now it's 85%. That is just nutty. And then increased target damage received by 40%. And then, of course, the dot explosion, just crazy. And then the third skill is an interrupt skill, and it does have a PV exclusive 50% chance to remove the target's hyper armor, damage immunity, or critical shield upon landing a skill. It's not a 100% chance like Shermie, but it's still really, really good, and it is an interrupt skill, right? And the hyper armor lasts for 4 seconds, guys, not 3. So that's something else they've changed. And their default, you can actually move it around. You gain 15% power, increase attack by 15% for 10 seconds. The gain power is awesome because you do the skill, you'll gain that power, and you'll be able to easily go in your 3PG very fast, especially with the first skill, lowering the cooldown by 5 seconds for your ultimate move. And then her striker skill, active team members obtain 15% power. I mean, yeah. And so, guys, like, there's nothing really to her build. I mean, all I have is just I have max capsules on her. You can see her CP is only 35,600, level 90 character, right? That's it. I don't have anything with her core because she's just level 90, so we ain't able to get any of these points yet. And then I'm going to be using this set. Now, this set's going to replicate the free-to-play sets you're actually going to get from the Rush Dungeon set because this set's actually going to bump up her bleed damage by 75%, really enhancing her bleed explosion, and then active skill damage by 20%. It also gives a solid 21% extra attack. The set in the Rush Dungeon set's actually going to be better than this. So if you weren't playing during the Yantama collaboration and you don't have the set, don't worry. You'll be able to get a free-to-play set that's actually going to be better because it's a fest set. It's going to have higher native attack stats. It's going to be a lot stronger for her. And then I just got one 3PG. The 3PG I put on her is the one that increases critical damage by 6%, but I really should have put active skill damage for the run you guys are going to see, but I didn't. I probably could have done even more damage than what I did. And her affinity is at level 10. So the first thing I want to do, guys, I just want to take her into championship and just take a look at her skills because they're really, really cool. Her skills are awesome. Okay, so I want you to look at the range on this character. Now, this is like PvP stuff, but whenever you hit the first skill, the bleed applies no matter where you're at in the screen, which is actually really awesome. Now, there is a slight delay when she hits that first skill. There's a slight little pause, but it's very, very quick. It doesn't take her too long at all. Now you get 14 seconds of bleed. So you'll see her kind of pull back, and then she goes forward, right? So that's the time that people would be trying to avoid her, but they're still going to get the bleed applied to her. Now, the second skill is the one that you can actually move. So she jumps up in the air, and you can actually move the direction whichever way you want. So if I want to go to the right, I can hold to the... Whoops. Kind of screwed up there. Hit my EX boost there by accident. Didn't mean to do that. So whenever I hit the first skill, we can go to the right, right? But whenever it resets here, we can actually make it go to the left, right? She'll take them up in the air, and then she can go to the left or the right, depending on where you want to go. So we'll hit it again, and now we go to the left. It's pretty cool. That's actually really cool and something really unique about the character. And then you can look at the third skill, what has insane amount of range. Look at that damn thing, right? I mean, you could dodge it, but that thing is vicious. She does a lot of slashes, and there's a 4-second immunity on that thing, right? And then you got the default, which is awesome. This thing is crazy because you can sit there and move this thing around. Well, I can't move it in the championship screen here, but you can actually move that thing around, which is nutty, right? And then, of course, she can actually reset her skills, right? And then you got the 3PG. That kind of reminds you of Leona, but this thing is like a Gatling gun going off whenever she strikes. Look at all the hits she does. It is bonkers. And then, of course, the sound effects. Right. I can't do it. But, I mean, it's pretty funny, actually, to play with her. Wow. Really, really awesome character. So, we'll jump into Guild Raid, guys, and I'll show you what this level 90 character can do. It is dumb. Okay. All right, so I got to wait for Guild Raid to start, but luckily I've already recorded some gameplay for you guys. So I'll go ahead and bring it up right now for you, and I'll explain the team what I'm using. So I'm using Alice here because she actually gives defense, fighter, and attack buff by 60%, which is an amazing leadership. 60% attack buff for defensive fire, so we can really bump up Lady Choi. And I'm going to be using Lady Kim for the strike for Lady Choi because she gives her super armor and she gives her a heal and also decreases her skill cooldown by 1 second. And yeah, and the thing about Lady Choi, guys, is her default is so long that by the time you finish it, your skills are ready to go again, right? And we're only applying bleed, right? Remember, you need 2 dots in Guild Raid to really break the meter super, super fast. In here, you need bleed and poison, but we're only using bleed. And yet she can still absolutely get it done, guys. And because she has that immunity that's guaranteed at 35% HP, as long as we got that healing striker in here, we can always stay above that 35% threshold and never die, right? I mean, she does have decreased damage received in her kit as well, but she will never die. Now, the way you really want to play her is you always want to hit your first skill, get your hyper armor up, and then apply the second skill Well, actually, you really could hit the second skill first and then hit the third, or I'm sorry, the first skill first, apply the bleed because it'll apply anywhere in the screen, and then hit the third skill. I mean, I still need to practice with her a little bit, to be perfectly honest with you guys. I really just came in here and just played it for a little bit, just, you know, for bullcrest. But the way I was playing her was I was just hit the third skill, then I'd hit the first skill, apply the bleed, and if all the skills reset from her core, then I would go ahead and hit the explosion, then hit the third skill again and hit the bleed. You always want to make sure you apply the bleed before you go into your default or before you go into your 3PG. That way you can try to break that meter, right? Because once you hit the explosion, you're going to remove it. So that's just really the most important thing about it. So right there, you saw that I didn't use the exploding skill. I didn't want to remove the bleed while I was using my default. I mean, she's just so fun. Like, the girl's just so cool to play. Right? I mean, I think most players don't need her. I mean, really, most players are at a point in the game they don't really need any characters, to be honest, guys. But she is, I mean, she's quality. She's super fun, man. I mean, her animations are gorgeous. I mean, and this is like when I see this, right, and when I see all the level of hard work that the dev team puts into these characters, I'm just thinking to myself, why can't you do that for content? Like, why can't you do that for content for us? I mean, this is she's amazing. This is a super fun character, right? They did such a good job on her. And I just love the fact that I say Rugal runs out of the way, the God presses way over to the other side. You can easily use your default and just move right over towards him. That's awesome, right? He can't escape it. And she does an insane amount of hits whenever you're doing that default and when you're doing her 3PG. Those things are just insane. Like, just imagine if I was using a poison striker, right? And I was applying poison, she would break that meter in like no time. Right, and I probably could have got a better score, to be perfectly honest with you guys, if I would have done that, right? Maybe I would have used Bison or Zhang Fei for my Poison Striker, right? But she's such a tanky character that she can actually survive through the entire fight at level 90, guys. At level 90. This is on Inferno. And look at the points she's already scored, right? I mean, yeah, crazy. I also always try to make sure that I apply explosion whenever the meter is broken. I hit the explosion there, and then hit the second skill, and then go into the 3PG. But you're going to see that this girl does, I mean, she's not going to get one key at level 90. That would be ridiculous to expect something like that. I mean, if my fame system was leveled up, she could have, right? My fame system is at level 13 for green fighters, I believe. I mean, so if it was at level 30, like if I was wailing out and I had it at level 30, then yeah, she would actually get one key at level 90, which would be broken. But most players in the game don't have their fame system at level 30. I'd say on the average, probably level 10 for most players, right? Probably around level 10, maybe a little higher, level 11, something like that, right? So I would just leave my fame system, you know, at level 13. Don't want to really level it up any more than that. But the girl is ridiculous. I mean, this is just nutty, the amount of power that she's putting out at level 90 and only using one dot, right? Only using one dot, which is crazy to me. I mean, it's just nuts. Boom, she gets hit. So you guys can see that we've already done 490 million in 1 minute. 490 million. You get 4 keys per day in Guild Raid, right? You need 1.25 billion in order to get the maximum rewards at a Guild Raid. The girl could, like, on my account, guys, I know it's developed, but on my account, I could easily, in 2 keys, get my maximum rewards from this character. Which goes to show you guys that 1, Guild Raid is too easy, and also that the girl is OP. She's just ridiculous. And, you know, I mean, it's not really a solid review when they're only at level 90, to be perfectly honest with you guys. I mean, I would have preferred to have her at level, you know, A3 or at least a minimum of A2, had some stones on her. Because, I mean, Jesus, when you see this, you think to yourself, well, if you had stones, you had her leveled up, I mean, you could be able to put more capsules on her. She would do, I mean, she'd be just nuts, guys. I mean, you'd be in the billions easily. Easily, you'd be doing billions. I mean, it's just stupid scores. Right? The girl's ridiculous, right? And if I was using her in a team composition, right, where I was already breaking the meter and I was just using her as a damage dealer, this would be even higher, right? I should have been using my EX boost skill there because what it does is actually reset your active skills, and I wasn't using it, and I should have been using that damn thing when I could. But it's all good. It's all good. Not a big deal. We're still going to get done. Now you see that default just move right over to Rugal. Poor Rugal just can't escape. He just can't escape, right? Oh yeah, get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done. Nice, nice, nice. Hell yeah. Tearing it up. I mean, she just, I mean, there's a little sound that she makes. Wee, wee, it's so funny, right? The voice actor for the character is doing a really, really good job with her. It's so funny. But you just can go nonstop, guys, balls to the wall with this character and just keep on murdering poor Rugal, right? I mean, she's got the relevant dot, right? She's got bleed. And I think, for a lot of players, this kind of thing they want. They want characters that can come in here and just solo, just absolutely destroy these things and just solo by themselves. And she obviously can do it, right? And so could Shermie, right? So Shermie doing against Nightmare Geese, right? Just absolutely murder these things and destroy, right? And just imagine when people got, leveled up Shermies and leveled up Lady Choi's and using these characters together, you're going to have the relevant dots for both Infernos, Nightmare Geese, and Gil and Rugal. I mean, yeah. I mean, they're probably. I mean, I don't know yet, guys, but I'm assuming they're probably going to be the strongest characters in the game. I mean, it's hard to say they're not. When you see the kind of damage that this girl's putting out at level 90, I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy, guys. It's insanity, guys. It's disgusting damage what she's actually putting out. It's disgusting, right? This is crazy. I mean, I don't know how many times I can say this is crazy, this is insane, this is godly, but it is. And and again, I just want to reiterate that when I see the level of commitment to these characters, and this is one of the reasons we do love KOF, this is one of the reasons we do love Kofas, is that, I mean, when you look at the animations of these characters and you look at the care and love that's put into these characters, you just think to yourself, God Almighty, I just wish you would do this for the content. I wish you would do this for the content. I mean, the level of detail in these characters, all the uniqueness that they put into them, the level of gameplay that you can do with them, it's just so awesome, right? And so you know that the creative team, the dev team, does have the capability to make a really good PvE game mode, good in-game content, right? You know they can do it. But they just focus so much on characters, which I don't want them to stop doing and keep doing this. This is amazing, right? She's amazing. But give us some good content, man. Give us some good content so we can actually get these characters to think, yeah, I can use this character in this new content. Oh, can't wait. Because she's so fun. She's so strong. She's so good. Because, guys, 900 million, right? 900 million. Look at that. She's at level 90. It's just ridiculous. 922 million? What? 922 million. And the girl's got half her life still, right? Because, again, as long as she's above that 35% HP threshold, and you got a healing striker like Lady Kim, who also gives her a decreased skill cooldown by 1 second, you can easily keep her alive in this, man. I mean, guys, she's crazy. She's an amazing character. There is no denying it. Whoa, we got reset. We got reset, guys. And you know what? We're going to go ahead, in light of playing with this beautiful thing, we're going to go ahead and do a few pulls. Why not? We got some rubies. Let's do it. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. And I'm really praying to God that I actually get some more Lady Choi's. I still have a selector from the first pity that I went to. I mean, I probably won't get anything. I'm probably going to get screwed here. I didn't want to make 2 separate videos, doing this. Come on now. Yeah, we're going to get screwed. I can see it now. We're just going to spend all these rubies and get nothing. We're just going to skip it. Yeah, nothing. Bummer. I mean, if I got Shermie again, that would be awesome because at least I could A1 Lady Choi. Oh, boy. No love, my friends. No love. They don't love me. Lady Choi isn't giving me much love, man. And I like bad girls. What the hell? What the hell, Lady Choi? I like the bad girls, and I'm not getting no love here. This sucks. Well, we got 1 pull, guys. Probably going to get nothing, I'm sure. That red don't mean anything. Yeah, pretty much nothing. Bummer. Well, that sucks, man. That sucks. So, I mean, we still got a little ways to go. We got 75 pulls to the pity. I'll probably end up going to this pity, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Just so I can make sure I get another selector. I'm already this close. I guess I might as well go all the way because I am loving both these girls, Shermie and Lady Choi. They really are just amazing characters. I mean, we still got 15 days of this thing, so we still got another reset. Yeah, I can still get some more rubies. I mean, I could probably just, farm the free to play way and probably almost go to that pity just by doing that. So, guys, let me know what you think about Lady Choi. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.